Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds, and then I paint the rest. It's funny, I had all my paintbrushes out here, and then for some reason I put them all back up, but that's okay. So I had one thing in mind to do, and then the more I thought about it, I'm like, I was gonna do kind of a beach looking scene, but I thought I'm gonna do flowers. Surprise! But I'm going to try to do them a little differently, a little more abstract-ish. I mean, not really abstract, but just where a lot of times I fill everything in when I'm doing it, and I feel like I just want to kind of do more of some randomness, and like I'm doing this where it's just kind of in there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens as I go along. Because the thing is, when I say I'm going to do something different, even if it is a tiny bit different, it's still me. It's still the same me. So even though I'm working through something, it's still the same kind of stuff. So we'll see. So Owen woke early, only by a few minutes, but in my quest to try to keep him growing and learning about the clock and dealing with time, he's supposed to sleep until 5 a.m., 5:00, as we're going through looking at his clock. So he came to me, and I think it was 4:56, so he had like about 4 minutes. And he started to grab his tablet, and I said, you still have more time. I said, go look at the clock and go back to your bed. And this at first did not go over well, which I was kind of assuming that it might not. But I wanted him to keep thinking about it. I didn't want him to just stop and be able to get that timing. So he was not pleased. He went to the kitchen first and looked at the clock and came right back. And I said, nope, sorry, dude, you got more time. And then he did it again. And I told him he's got to go back to his bed and look at the clock and see what time it is. And so he didn't come back right away. He stayed in his room, and then he came back a couple minutes after 5, and I was happy with that he, he'd screamed some at the first time, and then he was able to kind of go and then come back. So it's hard, but this screaming business, is what's got me stuck on. We have to get this timing thing under control, because it's one thing to wake up early, but it's another thing to be like where I have to wake up early. And that's the hard part, is getting him to understand that he does not need me to be a part of his, you know, midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's the part that I need him to really grasp, is that as much as he wants to be awake, I do not. I really don't want to be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning. So this is kind of where we're at, where summer is going to be all about us learning and growing and trying to figure out how to kind of work through a lot of these moments. And that's going to be a lot of what we do, is working through how to sleep and how to be kind to others. He talks a good game. He says the right things about being kind, but a lot of times he has a hard time, like, not expressing things without the screams. And he does great with his teacher, his school, but it's those other times when we're out together, or like I said, at midnight when he wants to scream, that he needs to learn that that is not how we settle our differences, or settle, what we want out of a moment. So it's emotional, it's hard, it's, hard on him. It's hard to figure out how to kind of deal with that without really causing problems, grief, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully that will kind of be one of his things that we can work on this summer, and deal with how our emotions work, and what we think, about as we go along. So we shall see. I felt like it needed, like, I don't know, something, and everyone's probably going, stop, you should have left it. But sometimes you just have to, like, take a moment, and life is so messy. My mom right now is in the hospital for her heart, and it just, her heart breaks my heart. That just, it's hard to even fathom that she's having this, and it's I just, I want her to be better. So we'll know more. We'll know more tomorrow. But that's where we're at. I'm having fun with this, if nothing else. Sometimes you just have to, like, let it all just, not worry so much, and just enjoy the moment. So I think I'm almost done there with, oh, there we go. feel good about that. Told you I wanted to do something a little messy and different, and I didn't know if I would. Some days I don't want to think. And some days I just want to have fun with it. So here we are, kind of mixed in the middle, I suppose. So I do O for Owen, and then L and B. So there we go. All right. So hopefully my sweet baby O sleeps tonight. Hopefully my mom has a good night. Hopefully we all sleep. Hopefully. So thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles.